Ali Abdaal has become one of the most productive creators on the internet. Millions watch his routines, his systems, and his insights. But the reason he stays consistent is not what most people think. It's not motivation, waking up at 5 a.m., and it's definitely not having perfect discipline. It's something much simpler, and something you can start using today. First, let me show you the truth behind Ali Abdaal's productivity and how you can use it to completely change your own life. Ask yourself honestly, how many times have you tried to become more productive by forcing yourself to do more? I'm talking about piling more tasks, exploiting more apps, and putting more pressure on yourself to just push harder. But what if you're making it way harder than it needs to be? What if the key to staying consistent isn't about doing more, but removing the friction that keeps slowing you down? Here's what most people do to be more productive. They download another productivity app. They create another to-do list. They set another alarm for 5 a.m. They tell themselves, this time, I'm going to be disciplined. This time, I'm going to push through. And for a few days, maybe even a week, it works. You're fired up and getting things done. But then what happens? Life gets in the way. You miss one day, then 2 days, then a week, and suddenly you're right back where you started. Except now you feel even worse because you failed again. And this doesn't happen because you're lazy. It's not because you lack discipline. It's because you're fighting your environment instead of designing it. And this is exactly where Ali Abdaal does things differently. Ali has a simple philosophy that changes everything. He makes good habits as easy as possible and makes bad habits as difficult as possible. That's it. He removes friction, reduces resistance, and sets up his environment so that doing the right thing is easier than doing the wrong thing. Now, most people try to build discipline by fighting their environment. They keep their phone next to their bed and then wonder why they scroll for an hour every morning. They keep junk food in the kitchen and then beat themselves up for not having willpower. What you have to do is shape your environment so that the path of least resistance is the productive path. Want to write every morning? Put your laptop open on your desk the night before with a blank document ready to go. Want to stop wasting time on social media? Delete the apps from your phone. Make it harder to access. This is about design. And when you remove the friction from good habits and add friction to bad habits, consistency becomes automatic. Here's another thing Ali does that most people miss. He doesn't aim for perfection. Instead of trying to write for 2 hours every day, start with 2 minutes. Instead of committing to reading 50 pages, read 1 page. These tiny habits seem insignificant, but they're not. Because what happens is when you lower the bar that much, there's no resistance. There's no mental weight stopping you from starting. And once you start, you usually keep going. You sit down to write for 2 minutes, and suddenly it's 20 minutes. You read 1 page, and suddenly you've read the chapter. Most people fail because they set the bar so high that starting feels impossible. They tell themselves they need to work out for an hour, so they don't work out at all. But if you commit to just putting on your gym clothes, that's easy. And once the clothes are on, you're probably going to the gym. That's the power of small wins. They remove the resistance. They build momentum, and momentum is what creates consistency. Now, here's where Ali's approach gets really interesting. He doesn't chase productivity for its own sake. He focuses on enjoyment. Think about it. If something feels meaningful or fun, you naturally show up more often. You don't need discipline. You don't need motivation. You just want to do it. So Ali designs his systems around things that feel good. This is why his routines are sustainable. They're not built on grinding and suffering. They're built on motivation that renews itself. Most people think productivity has to feel hard. They think if it's not painful, it's not working. But that's exactly why they burn out. You have to flip that. Ask yourself, how can I make this task more enjoyable? How can I make this feel like play instead of work? Maybe it's listening to music while you work. Maybe it's working in a coffee shop instead of at home. Maybe it's turning your task into a game where you track streaks and celebrate small wins. When you make productivity enjoyable, consistency stops being a battle. It becomes natural. Here's something most people don't understand about Ali's productivity. He doesn't work at full intensity all the time. He works in seasons. Most people burn out because they think productivity is a straight line. They think they need to push hard every single day, no matter what. But Ali understands that productivity is a cycle. There are seasons of deep focus and seasons of rest. And when you honor that cycle, consistency becomes so much easier. You're playing the long game. You're building a system that can last for years, not just a few weeks. This is the difference between sprinting and marathon running. Most people sprint until they collapse. Ali runs at a sustainable pace and finishes the race. So here's how you can use Ali's ideas in the simplest possible way. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You just need to make one small shift. Here's what to do. 1. Remove one source of friction from your day. What's one thing that's stopping you from being productive? Remove it. Make it harder to access. 2. Make one good habit easier to start. Put your workout clothes by your bed. Open your laptop to a blank document. Prep your coffee machine the night before. Lower the bar. 3. Choose one small action you can repeat daily. Not a big goal, a tiny habit. 2 minutes of journaling. 1 page of reading. 5 push-ups. Just something you can do every single day without thinking. 4. Find one task you can make more enjoyable. Add music. Change your environment. Turn it into a game. Make it feel less like work and more like play. You don't need to rebuild your entire routine. You only need one small shift that removes the resistance blocking your progress. And when you do that consistently, everything changes. Ali Abdaal isn't productive because he's special. He's productive because he consistently and intentionally uses simple ideas. If you adopt the same principles, your life could change faster than you expect. Start small, remove friction, build momentum, make it enjoyable, and watch how everything becomes easier. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing from this video and implement it today, right now. Drop a comment and tell me which one you're starting with. Let's make productivity effortless.